is my honor to be here, but truthfully, it is my honor to represent all these wonderful kids and children who are standing up for our greater community and our greater country. It's as simple as this, folks. We're here to send a message to Congress, including Congress representatives from our region. Brian Higgins is a great supporter of what we need to do, but there are others who are not. That the madness of continued mass shootings must end. And to also let our fellow Americans know we care for them. And we must stop the insanity of these endless mass slaughter of innocent people. This seems to be an endless cycle of violence. Every time there's a mass shooting, the leadership in the White House, the House, and the Senate offer their thoughts and prayers for the victims, as we've heard so many different times. But as we know, thoughts and prayers are not enough. The definition of insanity is doing nothing and hoping for a different result. Well, if our nation does nothing, we will see, unfortunately, more of the same. We need action, because our right to live is greater than a person's right to own any weapon of their choice. Truthfully, how can we claim we are the greatest nation on earth when we see the slaughter of patrons at a movie theater, partygoers at a club, representatives on a baseball field, attendees at a concert, and of course, students in a school? And we're told we have to accept this because the Second Amendment right to bear arms is so sacrosanct that it matters more than your or my right to live. We know what matters more. Common sense gun laws are supported by a large majority of Americans. Truthfully, no one is talking about taking away shotguns or hunting rifles, but prohibiting the weapons of mass death and destruction, and preventing those who should not own a gun. I come from a family of hunters. I have many friends that are hunters. I've yet to meet anyone who thinks they need an AR-15 to go hunting. Truthfully, if you need an AR-15 to go hunting, you shouldn't be hunting in the first place. I had the great honor to attend President Obama's State of the Union address in 2013. I was a guest of Congressman Higgins, and truthfully, it was one of the thrills of my life. But also was a very solemn one, because this is the address that followed, of course, the Sandy Hook shooting in Newtown, Connecticut. I had an opportunity to actually meet the survivors of that shooting, kindergartners, first graders. I was given this green ribbon in their honor. It was passed out at the State of the Union. And I proudly wore it to the chambers because it seemed our nation would finally pass common sense gun laws. But here we are today, 5 years later, and nothing's changed. Innocent men and women and children have been gunned down indiscriminately, often with the same weapon that caused the death and destruction in Sandy Hook, and unfortunately the same weapon that cost all those lives at Parkland. Folks, we can do something. As the survivors of Parkland here today and across the nation are saying, we must do something. We must reinstate the assault weapons ban of 1994, a ban which outlawed the same weapons that are killing our youth. The Second Amendment right to bear arms is not absolute. Limits can be placed. Even Justice Scalia in the Heller decision noted that restrictions could be put in place. So it's time, and we all know it's time, that we do more than offer thoughts and prayers for the victims and families of senseless gun violence. It's time we took our nation back from the very few who believe their right to own whatever they want is more important than our right to live. It is time our nation, as a civilized society, stands up and passes common sense gun laws that prevent those from having guns in the first place that shouldn't have them. It is time we require all sellers of guns, including unlicensed sellers at shows and through internet sales, to require background checks for all sales. It is time we pass legislation that values our unalienable right to life over someone's right and to terrorize us no matter where we are. A church in Sutherland Springs, Texas, a movie theater in Aurora, Colorado, a nightclub in Orlando, Florida, a concert in Las Vegas, or once again a school in Parkland, Florida. It's time we take back our country from the tyranny of the minority represented by the NRA and the gun lobby. I thank you for all being here today. I know together we will change our country. Thank you, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen.